A sister and brother come of age in a land of enchantment and magic. If it sounds like a fairy tale, that's because it is one. A fairy tale trilogy. Valerie Gribben is the author of the Fairy Tale Trilogy, and she joins us now to talk about her latest work. Valerie, thank you very much for being with us today. I've been looking forward to this interview.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Well, before we get to the book, let's just talk for a moment about you're a remarkable young woman. You're a grad student going to med school, am I right?
Yes, sir.
And you're finding time to publish books along the way. Talk to us a little bit about that.
So I actually wrote the first book in the Fairy Tale Trilogy when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
I wrote the second one when I was in college, and I finished the third one while I was in medical school. So really, the wonderful part about the Fairy Tale Trilogy is that it's 3 books in one. It's a series of books. Fairy Tale, then The Emperor's Realm, then 3 Crowns. And here, they're all collected in one hardback edition.
And I see you've got both of the formats. This is the format I prefer. We were talking during the last story about, I'm one of those people that likes to have something in my hands and you turn the pages the way it smells. But you've got your Kindle over there too, and you can pick up all 3 of the books, the trilogy, in either format, right?
Yes, so it's also available on Kindle and Nook, and you can browse through it here, or you can go good old-fashioned paper and ink.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the plot of your story. It's a brother and a sister, and what happens to them.
Well, really, it's a sort of story that takes place in the world of the Brothers Grimm. You have sort of your old-fashioned motifs. You have flying dragons, wisecracking frogs, you have castles and wizards. But at the same time, I like to think that it has a very modern, fresh sensibility. It's really written for a modern audience who appreciate the stories of old. So
is this a book for teens, or is this, I would assume not for much younger than teens, teens, young adults, mature readers as well?
Well, what surprised me is how great the age difference is between some of my favorite readers. You have the younger children who read it with their parents. That's actually one of my favorite examples. Is one of my friends is reading it with her mom, and they are talking about the story. So we have the first book is appropriate for anyone ages 10 and up, and then it goes up from there.
And you wrote the first book, the first of the trilogy here. What's the name of the first book?
Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale. You wrote Fairy Tale when you were 16 years old.
Yes.
Holy cow, how long is Fairy Tale?
So Fairy Tale, each of the books is about 100 pages. So all told, it's about 325 pages.
Wow.
And I like to keep the chapters short and sweet, but you really get invested in the characters. And my favorite part is that there are lots of surprises. You think it's going one way, but there's a twist.
Oh, wow. So we've got some twists in there.
Yes.
Just like the fairy tales of old. They often had twists as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about, I'm curious as to what you see yourself doing with the rest of your life. Are you going to be an author, or I'm not sure what you're going to medical school for, a doctor, a surgeon, perhaps?
Yes,
I'm not sure.
I'm very interested in primary care, medicine, pediatrics. I've had some really wonderful role models, but literature will always be a part of my life. I grew up with my father reading to me when I was a young girl, and I've always loved books. I've always loved stories. And medicine actually is nothing but exchanging stories, trying to get to the truth. Ah,
I see. Very well put. Well, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. Let's tell the folks at home how they can find out more about your book. You can find out more about Valerie and her books, including the Fairy Tale Trilogy, at her website, valeriegribben.wordpress.com. She's also got a Facebook page as well. And Valerie, that's facebook.com/Fairy Tale Trilogy. I'm assuming the folks at home can just search for it on Facebook.
Yes, sir. And I did call the folks here in the Barnes & Noble in Tuscaloosa, and it's available there too.
Ah, well, there you are. You can go out and pick it up and have the electronic format, I'm assuming, and the good old-fashioned cover and pages and spine.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Super, Valerie. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.